Good evening, Vikings, and welcome to tonight's contest between your Niles North Vikings and the Lake View Wildcats. We are so excited to bring back basketball to Niles North High School. My name is Anthony Bramley.
My name is Rhea Shin.
And we are so excited to be here back at Niles North in the winter season, getting ready to go with some hoops. This is the home opener and season opener for our girls team, and they are coming in now. Rhea, are you excited or what?
Oh, I am so excited to see what will happen, especially with our JV game being such a success.
Yeah, JV, walk us through that score. I mean, it was definitely a landslide.
Yeah, I believe it was 50-something to 3.
I think it was 48, to 3 or 6. And I know the Lake View Wildcats got a little bit more on the tail end of that game. But either way, this Viking program is looking strong as we go into the season. We are going to take a quick break here as we wait for starting lineups. But please stay tuned as we get ready to bring basketball to you. With that, we are going to get into the starting lineups. Let's meet the Wildcats first. Number 11, Jada Marrero. Number 4, Xochitl Rosales. Number 12, Abby Contreras. Number 23, Olivia Espinoza. And number 1, Winter Hilton. Their head coach is going to be Kirk Davis. Lake View Wildcats, of course, hailing from Lake View, making the trip down to Niles North High School. Number 5, Vanessa Bernal. Number 13, Michelle Ponce. Number 15, Rayon Quadri. Number 22, Bettina Stromfeld. And number 24, Aman Hamid. Niles North Vikings head coached by assistant AD Danae Russell. And this is going to be a good one, Rhea. You know, what are you looking forward to most?
I'm looking forward to seeing the good ball movement and hopefully some three-point shots.
Well, let's see it here. This team not necessarily known for the three-point shot, but they have been working on that range throughout the season, so it'll definitely be great to see. It's number 24, Aman Hamid, lining up against Winter. And Vikings will start with the ball and control of Stromfeld back to Quadri. Gonna pass around the perimeter. It's Michelle and number 5, Vanessa Bernal, pushing in from the corner. Go back to Ponce. And Rayon Quadri started it off with a travel. Very unfortunate. But the adrenaline may be getting to them as they start the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure about that travel call, but.
Yeah, I did see hesitation by her, but I'm not sure necessitated the whistle. Let's see the Wildcats now bring it down the court. Good pressure from Strumfeld as the Wildcats pass into the lane. And she's going to draw a foul there. Shooting foul, so she'll go for 2. The first, high and no good. Got a sub in, or rather, rearrangement as both teams prepare to box out. No good, and it's Quadri to get the ball back for the Vikings. Loses control and gets in a bit of a brawl there with number 12. It'll be Wildcat ball off the simulated jump ball. And I would like to apologize in advance for the clock on our stream. We are a little bit out of sync, so hopefully it's not too much of a distraction. We'll be helping you out as well on audio. Wildcats push it out to the corner. They try to make a pass. Great pressure by Bernal. Now the Wildcats get the whistle off of Quadri. And I mean, Rhea, we've seen a lot of whistles so far. I mean, do you think that the Vikings maybe just have to slow it down, keep calm?
Yes, I like the intensity and the aggression, but I think you have to know when to pull back as well.
Yeah, well, let's see. Be number 11 off of Lake View to inbound. Gonna go right under that net, and the shot is no good. Bernal will take it for the Vikings. Strumfeld going down and passing over to Leah Jackson. Lots of ball movement there as Strumfeld looks to shoot for 2. We're going to call that a pass to Hamid, and it's no good. But now Bernal for 3 comes off. The Wildcats driving it down with some players on the floor. Will be a travel violation, though, on the Wildcats, and Bernal will look to inbound. Got a sub in, number 23, Brianna Tatar. Coming in for number 24, Aman Hamid. Tatar, the junior, has been on this team for some time now, definitely well acquainted with the rest of her team. How do you think that's going to come into play?
I think they're really just going to have the ball movement, and she's going to get it in there. I know she's a top scorer, so.
Yeah, she, I believe, was the 4th highest scorer last season for the Vikings. It is going to be a call, and Bernal will inbound yet again. Finds Strumfeld looking for the quick shot, hesitates and passes in to Tatar, and it's no good. Wildcats now got some pressure from Ponce, but they pushed through. And another foul. It's on Vanessa Bernal. We got a sub in. Coming in is number 4, Letty Martin. Out was Michelle Ponce. Wildcats scrambling to find it and put up for a quick 2, but doesn't go. The Vikings, Letty Martin in control as she gives it to Strumfeld to take down. It's a big pass and wide open. Bernal for 2. It's no good. Back out to her. And Letty Martin also no good. Some early shooting troubles from both teams as the Wildcats come down.
Yeah, I agree. Also, we've had many foul calls in just 2 minutes of this game.
Yeah, got to clean it up. And off the call will be Wildcat ball. Brian Quadri subbing in for Bernal. And we saw a quick sneak peek there of Jacob Ornstein. He'll be reporting down there in between quarters. Ball almost gets to the intended target, and sets Tatar to take it down. Almost loses control. Shot is no good. Quadri and Tatar fighting for it. Great pressure in the backcourt. Does get passed down. And for two, it's no good. Vikings resume possession with Leah Jackson. Bringing it down fast to Quadri. Gonna go in the paint to Tatar and back out to Martin. No good. Great rebound there by Tatar to put it up. And that is the first points of the Niles North girls basketball season.
You know, I'm surprised that it took so long to score. A little over 2 minutes to get our first point in the game. Foul called on Strumfeld.
Yeah, very unfortunate, but I agree, yeah. You know, it did take a while for either team to get anything up, and a little shocking to see, but I think it's important to notice that, you know, the Vikings graduated one of their top scorer, actually, Brianna Bolt, playing heavy in the paint, and, you know, was the go-to, you know, shot, or play, rather, for the Vikings. So that absence is definitely being felt as the Wildcats shoot for two. First is going to be no good, with 4:46 remaining in the first quarter. Let's see the second. And that one goes. Wildcats with their first points on the board. And the first timeout of the season called by Lakeview. Rhea, what are your thoughts so far?
The score is 2-1, and we're already in bonus. It's quite a chaotic game, I would say.
Yeah, I was not expecting this, you know, and the warm-ups, the Vikings looking awfully clean and very precise, but obviously, you know, with the pressure of that first game on you and having a live audience now, it's becoming real, don't you think?
Yes, especially at our home turf. It's a lot.
Yeah, they want to put it on for the Viking Nation, as they're doing here on Niles North Viking Media. And, you know, they're going to be on here for the rest of the season. So if you want to stay up to date with girls basketball here at Niles North, please subscribe at nnvikings.com. That's nnvikings.com. There's your score, 2-1, and we will come back. The Vikings get out of that timeout huddle. And right off the bat, got an error with the inbound. Be number 23, Brianna Tatar, to go again to Martin. No pressure as she tries to bring it up. Big pass to Leah Jackson. Back to the top of the key in Martin. And we've got a lot of great defense here from the Wildcats as Tatar puts it up for a quick two. Double team pressure along the half-court line, but the Wildcats persevere. And it's their number 11, no good. Ryan Quadri now bringing it down for the Niles North Vikings. Losing control on the dribble as the rest of her team recoups. It's Leah Jackson, no good for three. Great rebound by Martin. And it's an and one for Leticia Martin of the Niles North Vikings. Up 6-1.
The energy in here is palpable. I can feel it. They came in so intense, and now we're throwing for two.
Yeah, it's great to see, you know, that the Vikings didn't get scared of all those calls, and they're still being aggressive and now trying to put it up. Now Letty looking for the extra one here. Got a whistle on there, and Rhea, do you know what's happening down there?
I'm not sure. I guess it was not a good shot there. Oh, no more free throws.
Yeah, I think she might have stepped over the line. Again, we couldn't really see from our angle, but the Wildcats will resume. Crossing half court with pressure from Jackson. Gets through to the inside and right out by number 12 of the Wildcats. Tatar will inbound for the Vikings. She's going to take it slow again. Wildcats really crowding the inside, not putting a lot of pressure before. Letty Martin will slot it inside to Tatar, but it gets knocked out. Not without a whistle, though. Wildcats kind of facing similar issues to the Vikings, right?
Yes, both sides just getting so many fouls.
Very unfortunate to see, but I mean, you know, especially the start of a high school ball season, you know, guess you got to expect it. At any rate, it's Tatar shooting for 2. First one is no good with 3.5 to go. Now, Brianna Tatar is a multi-sport athlete. She plays soccer in the spring season as well, so and she cites Ronaldo as her inspiration. And you know, I don't think Ronaldo ever played basketball, but I think those same sort of messages are coming through here for Tatar.
I agree. I also love Ronaldo.
Oh, there you go, connection. And, you know, let's talk about your connection to, you know, this Niles North Viking program. You know, what's your affiliation?
So I played during my freshman and sophomore year, and then I stopped my junior year. But I still support the girls, and I love to come out to their games to watch.
Yeah, and great to see them keep on fighting. That's Viking grit as Hamid puts it up for 2. Number 11 from the Wildcats facing great pressure there from, I believe, number 21, Eden Owen. Going to force Aman Hamid to unfortunately pass out of bounds. Ball's going to get reset, and we see down there Leo Berriman and Dea Vachiva taking photos. You'll probably see those on at That's North _athletics on Instagram, at That's North _athletics. 2-pointer goes off the rim for the Wildcats. And that ball's going to go back out. And they'll draw a whistle yet again. Calls on Vanessa Bernal. I believe that might be her second or third of the game. I don't know. I haven't been keeping track. Have you?
I have not, but I also do believe it's her second or third. We've gotten a lot of fouls, a lot of free throw shots that should not be happening.
Yeah, unfortunate to see. Unfortunate for the Wildcats. They can't make a free point today. Well, let's see how this one goes. It is good. Vikings now will take it and lose it. Oh, my goodness, number 22, Strumfeld. But she'll regain possession, pass down to Owen, and they'll lose it in the mix. Great drive now from the Wildcats. Stopped short by the boundary line.
Yes, I'm really loving the intensity from our Vikings. I think our defense is really strong right now.
Yeah, putting a lot of pressure on, and, you know, had the Vikings not been along with the Wildcat on that drive, you know, I think she wouldn't put that one right in. I don't think she would have been, you know, a victim of the boundary line. There's Strumfeld for 2, no good. And off the jump ball, it's the Wildcats in control with 2:15 left on this clock. Or just joshing you, it's going to be the Vikings. We do have to take a shoelace break here for Michelle Ponce. I'd say our student athlete of the game. You know, she really does put the student in student athlete. She had a hard math test in honors, statistics, and probability. And, you know, after that, she comes on to play this game. You know, we call that Viking grit. Wildcats with another chance. Denied by number 23, Brianna Tatar. There is a whistle on it. But great aggression by her. You know, the Vikings never stop fighting.
That's right. That was incredible. I love to see that intensity.
First one from the Wildcats is going to be short. And they look for the second. That one is good. Wildcats now with 3 points as Strumfeld brings it down court. Pass goes over Eden Owens' head, and it's going to be a turnover awfully close to the out of bounds. Aman Hamid fighting number 11. And it'll be Viking ball. Michelle Ponce coming out of the game, and will be Letty Martin. Also coming in, Rayan Quadri receiving that inbound pass. Ball has a little bit too much moisture on it. Goes through Aman Hamid's hands, but back to Quadri, and now in the paint, it's Tatar. She'll take it back out to the perimeter, and for two, that is good. The Vikings are the first to double digits with 1:26 remaining in the game. Wide open, it's number 25 from the Wildcats. And that is a free bucket, Rhea.
Yeah, we were too focused on the pressure and we couldn't get back in time.
Unfortunate to see as a whistle is blown. Gonna be on Letty Martin. We got some subs coming in. I see number 40 from the Vikings, Blessing Aning. She's a junior and an Iron Viking. That means she plays 3 sports occupied year-round, and to do that on top of academics is impressive. And somehow in all that time, she likes to binge movies and shows, loves listening to music, and is certainly a busy basketball player. Rayan Quadri puts it up for 2. The shot is off, and it's a defensive rebound. Crossing through, the Wildcats draw the foul with 56 seconds to go. And Rayan Quadri with that foul. First shot right through the net. The Wildcats look to make it 7 points. That one is also good. Wildcats getting ready to go with under a minute left. It's Leah Jackson to Aman Hamid. And Vikings are gonna lose it. .48 seconds now on this clock. Lots of turnovers in this half, right, Rhea?
Yeah, and I believe the most fouls I've ever seen in a single quarter.
Unfortunately, missed shot there by Tatar, but Leah Jackson puts it back up, and it's no good. Wildcats now looking down to number 11 for the open lay. And the Wildcats are going to try to even this one out. 30 seconds now. Letty Martin under some pressure in the middle of the court. She's going to run it to the outside, back in, and looks for the pass to Tatar. Gets that ball back. And a double dribble. Very unfortunate to see at the varsity level, Rhea.
Yes, I agree. Those kinds of mistakes can't be made.
What can hopefully be made here is a shot. That one goes, and oh my goodness, that was nasty. Wildcats now in control of the game. Under 10 seconds to go. And to beat the buzzer, Vikings can't do it. That will be the end of the first quarter. We're going to send it now down to Jacob Orenstein with some thoughts on the quarter. Jacob.
Thank you, Anthony. This has been a very high defensive game. We see with the low scoring, and we didn't get any points until about the 5-minute mark. you know, something interesting I heard. I was talking to Niles North Athletic Director, Mr. Brett Bilstein, and something interesting he was telling me is that each and every year, the girls seem to have some kind of impact player, but this year, you're going to see the coaching staff, they're going to try a lot of people out for that role, and it is something that is definitely prevalent for this game. Many girls are getting minutes through this game, and they're playing pretty well. They're playing really great defense, too. Lakeview is getting a good chunk of their points from the stripe, so it's a lot of defense, but overall, the Vikings have been very strong on offense as well. They're getting buckets, and overall, this has been a super exciting start to this season.
Thank you, Jacob. A little technical difficulty there. And we will be back with the second quarter right now. Rhea, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
And I am too. It's great to see, you know, Viking basketball back here, back in the winter sports season. You know, definitely my favorite time of year. You know, I'm usually a volleyball guy, but I'd love to see the Hoopers here at Niles North. And we certainly got Hoopers. I mean, lots of players to choose from, but you're obviously close with some of these players, right?
Yes, I'm very close with Rayon Quadri, Michelle Ponce. I played with them before, and I'm also just classmates with them. So, yes, I'm very close with them.
Yeah. Great to see. I'm also close with a couple of them, and that's the beauty of being a student journalist here at Niles North. You got really in-depth access to the teams here. The Vikings, Letty Martin will dribble down, no pressure in the backcourt. You got pass across to Bernal and into Tatar. Back out in the corner for two. Leah Jackson is no good. Monhamid tried to get that one, but rolls out to Bernal. Now to Martin, and inside again to Tatar. Play will be retried, and it's short by Jackson. Aman Hamid tries to put that shot back up and gets a whistle. And we'll shoot for two. Vikings have not been doing too well on these free throws, and it's definitely shown in the score, right, Rhea? As, of course, she sinks the first.
Yes, I think we really need to focus on these free throws because that can make the game.
Yeah, and already it's making a difference in terms of momentum. You know, the Vikings are now tied back with the Wildcats. Can't make the advantage, but they'll get that rebound, and Tatar is short again, and another shooting foul for the Niles North Vikings. Brianna Tatar will go try to bring her team to 13. Follows on Olivia Espinoza. And Tatar will get the first. Now up 12-11. Tatar for another under some pressure from the Lakeview crowd, and it's no good. Again, the Vikings will get it, and it's another foul. And we like to shout out our medical training staff. We got Don Palmer in the building, along with Joe Paywall and Dennis Makes, making sure our players are safe. You're also in the sports medicine club, right?
Yes, I am, and I enjoy helping our athletes reach their full potential.
Yeah, and full potential reach there by Tatar as she puts it in for two. Now the Wildcats look to shoot. Got a reach and foul by Bernal. Subs coming in for both teams. Of note, it's going to be number 22, Bettina Strumfeld for the Vikings, as number 4 of the Wildcats will inbound. Looking for the play here.
Yeah, that's right. Now Lakeview takes up a shot, and it's in!
First three-pointer of the night goes to the Wildcats to even the score at 14. Letty Martin will carry it off of that. Almost gets taken by a Wildcat. Otara shoots for 2, and it's no good. Now the Wildcats are in control on their side of the court. Pass out to number 11. And that drive brings out a foul. Wildcats will shoot. Foul is called on Strumfeld. And, you know, Strumfeld has a ritual before every game, Rhea.
Oh, what is it?
Well, it's something about a Chipotle or a Potbelly chicken cheddar sandwich. Is that right?
Yes, before every single game.
And it's incredible. And then, you know, it's good to be in a routine, you know, before a game. Always a sense of comfort that comes with it. That shot is short. And Aman Hamid will send it down to Leah Jackson under dual pressure. Through the legs pass. Getting fancy with it. As Strumfeld looks for the shot. It's good for 2. The Viking crowd loving the shot. As Aman Hamid takes it like a football interception, she's going to drive down past to Strumfeld for 2, and no good. Got players on the floor. And it's called on Aman Hamid. The Lake View number 4 will inbound to their 11. Good pressure. Tries to knock him backcourt, and instead Leah Jackson just takes it for herself. Goes back to Strumfeld for 3, and that is good. Strumfeld didn't make a three-point shot all last season. Wasn't really her role. Now in her sophomore season, looking good out there. Wildcats. Will inbound as number 23, Brianna Tatar, comes out of the game. In is number 21, Eden Owen. And you got assistant coach, assistant coaches for the Vikings trying to get in their head as Aman Hamid takes it down. Layup is no good, but gets batted back out to Strumfeld for 3. Travel is called. And these are pretty ticky-tacky calls, Rhea.
Yeah, a lot of interesting calls here. I'm not sure how it's going to play out.
Well, you know, the ref is always right no matter what, and it's good, you know, that they're so aggressive on the calls. It really does help to promote healthier and more safe plays and players in the IHSA. Eden Owen will give it now to Strumfeld. Almost loses the ball and puts it back up for a shooting foul. She's going to shoot for 2 here. Got her sequence again. Good to have a, you know, sort of order to everything. But that shot is no good. We do want to apologize for the scoreboard error. It's actually the Vikings that are up 19-14, not the Wildcats. And now Strumfeld wants to make it 20. That she does. And the Wildcats will come back down the court. And got some contact. As timeout is called. What are your thoughts so far on the quarter? You know, 3 minutes in, Rhea.
I think we've had a lot of interesting calls here, and I hope we can foul a little less. Go to the line, hopefully shoot down some more free throws.
Yeah, they've definitely been a momentum maker here for the Niles North Vikings. Now up 20-14 against the visiting Wildcats. And, you know, it seems like you have some problems with the officiating staff, but, you know, they have such a tough job. And, you know, state of Illinois has a dangerous shortage of officials. So if you are 16 or older, or 17 or older rather, would like to make a little bit of money, stay involved in the community, and stay healthy, you should consider applying to be an IHSA official at ihsa.org. That's ihsa.org. A lot of our area high schools actually have officiating courses.
Oh, I did not know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, our neighbors over in Evanston have such a course where their students get to, officiate the freshman level games and, build up that experience. And that all counts toward their IHSA officiating license. Niles North is looking to do something similar in its physical welfare department. Just great that our CSL and area schools are so well resourced to put something like that on. As Leah Jackson goes for 2, draws the foul for an and 1. As the gym erupts in cheer.
Yeah, the energy in here is awesome.
Great to see, I think the girls' sport has grown a lot in recent years at the WNBA and college levels, and now that sort of interest is trickling down now to the high school level.
I agree. I love seeing women's sports getting more recognition and more followers. It's awesome.
It is great to see. I was wearing my Chicago Sky quarter zip today, trying to support, get ready for this game as the Vikings take back control. Aman Hamid puts it up, draws another shooting foul, and can make this a 10-point game on the line. Gets a juicy high five there from number 22, Strumfeld. Aman Hamid has been the most efficient scorer on this team, last season, and has the best free throw percentage. Obviously didn't go there, but has another opportunity to make it 24 points. Shot is no good, and it's rebounded by the Wildcats. They're going to bring it down, and it's stopped by Ponce. Can't keep control of it, but that's great aggression by her.
I agree. Ponce has always had great aggression and such quick feet and quick hands.
It is great to see, and this summer one of the things she was really working on is her versatility and her shot. She hasn't been able to show it off too much yet, but we are early in the season, and she definitely looks eager to get some buckets. Wildcats falling to the ground, eliciting a travel call. Now to inbound will be Tatar, the junior, to Strumfeld, the sophomore. Got a little bit of pressure. And it's a foul called against the Wildcats. Coming in for them will be number 13 as Leah Jackson will shoot. Leah Jackson also plays soccer. I think that's a common theme here along a lot of these athletes. And she's also a member of the Uprise Club. You know anything about the Uprise Club?
I know it's about empowering women's sports.
Yeah, and it's run by Coach Danae Russell. So if you are a female athlete here at Niles North High School, we strongly suggest you reach out to Coach Russell at DANRUSS@D219.org to ask about joining the Uprise Club. Leah Jackson will make this a 10-point game off the free throw as the Wildcats look to get something on the board this quarter. The only thing they get that play, though, is the ball out of bounds. Now it'll be Strumfeld to take it down. Crosses over and passes to the face of Tatar. Looks to put that up for 2. It's no good. Ponce can't get that pass. She does get aggressive with it, and there is a whistle. But it does stop the fast break by the Wildcats. Here's the Wildcats now. Passing in and out of her hands. Number 21, Eden Owen, will take control. Giving it to Tatar. And Ponce, the quick hezzy, gets knocked over, causing the travel. just under halfway through this quarter as your Niles North Vikings are up 24-14. Ball is taken by Ponce now for the Vikings. Got an open shot here and passes now to Strumfeld. Into Tatar. Back out to Jackson. And a little bit of perimeter passing going on as Ponce looks for the shot. There's a whistle on it. Wildcats passing down. Again, a high one, but this time their number 23 can take it. Number 11 with a bit of a trick pass, and we'll take it back. Wildcats for three is no good, and Ponce with the rebound. Will be Viking ball as Tatar inbounds to Strumfeld again. She tries to drive through the paint, and Tatar saves her. Goes out to Jackson, to Ponce, and back in and out to Strumfeld for an open two. Swish for number 22, Bettina Strumfeld.
I will say Strumfeld is only a sophomore, and it is her second year on varsity, and I think that's incredible to see.
It really is, and she, again, is one of the most efficient scorers for this Viking team. Foul called on number 23, Tatar, for the Vikings. She'll have to come out, as will Strumfeld. In is number 24, Aman Hamid, and number 4, Leticia Martin. The number 11 from Lakeview will shoot now for two. The first one goes right through, and that is the first point of the quarter by the Wildcats. Looking to make it another one, and it goes. Aman Hamid will inbound now to Letty Martin. And now Ponce looks for that shot. No good. Good high rebound, though, by Lakeview. Shot goes out of bounds. Did you see on who?
Not sure.
Wildcats are going to inbound here. 2.5 to go in the first half. Shot is taken by Ponce now to Martin. And timeout will be called by the Wildcats. I mean, Rhea, what are your thoughts so far?
I think it's been very intense this game. Lots of fouls, lots of free throw shots. I will say a lot of strong competitors on both sides here. Notably, number 11 on the Wildcats has made many free throws and shots. And, of course, many strong players on our side as well. A notable one being Strumfeld, as I said earlier, and Tartar.
Yeah, certainly, and the Vikings coming out of the timeout early. Leticia Martin to start us out coming out of that timeout. Aman Hamid looking to shoot and draws the foul. You know, this has been the source for the majority Vikings points.
That's right. I think free throws are so vital to this game, and I hope we can make some more now.
It is unfortunate that they're given so many of these opportunities. I mean, definitely there's aggression there, but you do love to see a good, well-designed play come out and go for three or two.
Yes, I agree. I think earlier we saw some really good ball movement, and hopefully we can keep that up in order to open up space for shots.
Yeah, well, as of right now, that's not needed. Aman Hamid gets that last shot. Wildcats shooting for 2. It's no good. Puts it back up. No good. And Aman Hamid with an uncontested rebound off that one. She'll give that one to Ponce. And now at the top of the key, it's Martin around the perimeter to Jackson. She looks to drive in. Bounce pass to Hamid. And it's no good. Puts it up again. And it's 2 for Aman Hamid. Ponce trying to get in the mix. And it rolls out of bounds. The number 11 from Lakeview almost gets a backdoor violation. It's awfully tricky over there. And that pressure by the Vikings results in number 24, Aman Hamid, being ready to inbound. Here's Letty Martin crossing over to the other half. And now it's Ponce driving in from the corner for 2. It's short. And it's a whistle. As number 43, obviously a fan favorite, Armana Rizvi gets ready to go in. Armana says that joining the girls basketball team was one of the best choices she's made in her life, and she's found her family here. Great to see. And you know, that's been a theme among a lot of this team, right?
Yes, this basketball team is all about family and finding community where you play with your teammates.
It is great to see him. It's something that all of our athletics programs here at Niles North reinforce. .118 to go in the half. And the second one is sunk, both made by the Wildcats. As Leah Jackson looks for some quick moves. Martin behind the back. Okay. Getting it over now to Leah. Good moves to Ponce. And it'll be a travel. This is some old school traveling. You normally, especially you see in the NBA, these guys are taking, so it feels like 4 or 5 steps, but good to see the IHSA enforcing the traveling like this. .58 seconds remaining in the half. And Rhea, how do you think we'll close out?
I hope that maybe we can get one more shot, and I think it might happen right here.
Lenny Martin going over to Leah Jackson for the 2. Vikings now with 31 points, in control by 13. And they still have time to get some more up. Ponce with some pressure. Stopping the clock at 38. Wildcats are under the basket. The shot is no good. Armana Rizvi gets a defensive rebound. You can hear the crowd pop whenever she touches the ball. Ponce now. And we do have a issue with the clock here. It's now running down, trying to compensate. And it's not just, we're not the only ones with clock issues here, which makes me feel a little bit better about ourselves.
Yeah, it seems to be time flying everywhere.
At any rate, oh my goodness, Leah Jackson will take that ball. Hesitates, tries to draw number 11 away. So that passes to Martin, goes across. And the number 34, Lydia Berra, is no good. No look pass to Martin. She goes for 2. And the Vikings still up. Final seconds of the half now. And Martin stops the clock at 0.8 seconds. Do you think they'll get the shot off?
Maybe, who knows?
A lot of hardwood in between these baskets. And they're not going to go for it. Your Niles North Vikings are up 33-18 in the half. We're going to head down now to Jacob Orenstein. Jacob, what are we thinking so far?
Thank you, Anthony. Now, this game has definitely kicked into a higher gear right now. The Vikings have been seemingly more efficient on offense, or rather, they are taking advantage of some of the Lakeview errors. Something I noticed a lot is they are bringing a lot of pressure inside the paint. You'll see sometimes 3-4 girls trying to stop that inside. I mean, if you watch girls Viking hoops last year, you saw Brianna Bolt thrive in that area, but she's gone. And something interesting the Vikings have been doing is they've been trying to feed it more outside. So it's just been an onslaught of offensive efficiency, and overall it is why the Vikings have a substantially larger lead. Overall, though, I cannot wait for more action.
This is tragic. He's over the line. We did have the Jersey Mike free throw competition between girls volleyball and our football team. Obviously, you can see why they play their own sports and not basketball, but fun by all, of course, presented by Jersey Mikes. We will be back now in 7 minutes. Stay tuned. And welcome back, Viking Nation, to some Viking basketball. Your Niles North Vikings are taking on the Lake View Wildcats, and I feel like I've been saying Viking a lot. How about we get Rhea Shin in here, new this season, to give her thoughts?
All right, we are at a 15-point differential right now. Vikings in the lead. I'm very excited to see how the rest of this game goes. Hopefully in this half we have some less fouls and some more fair shots.
Yeah, I believe as Jacob was telling us earlier, it has been a bit of a dirty game. Both teams drawn up a lot of fouls, and so it's unfortunate to see, but there are some growing pains you see with the obviously the first game of the season. The Lakeview Wildcats will start us off, and they get going early with 2 points missed. They're going to push it back out, passing around the perimeter for three. It's no good. Rayan Quadri will get the rebound as the Vikings start to come back down. Slows it down a little bit and passes into Tatar. Strumfeld in the corner for three, and it's no good. And Quadri just a little bit slow on the rebound. Luckily, Jackson is there to grab her. Martin's going to drive in, pass to Tatar, and it is no good again. The Wildcats will take over. But, you know, pretty good plays so far.
I did like the ball movement there.
And I believe we'll see it again as Tatar tries to bring it down, passes into Strumfeld, and maybe a little bit too much air on that basketball. It bounces high and out of Strumfeld's hands. And already a timeout called. Let's see, what do you think the Vikings are talking about down there?
Maybe they're talking about pot bellies and their orders.
Well, what about the game?
I believe just keep the ball moving, open up that space, and get your shots in.
Yeah, it's something that we noticed in the JV game, too. They play in really tight quarters. And so the Vikings have to make that space to get good shots and also, as we were talking about, clean play. Now, the Wildcats of Lakeview will inbound. It's a big pass taken by Martin, but too slow to recoup. Lakeview back in control. Breezing past Leah Jackson and in the paint. It's good for two. The Wildcats with the first points of the third quarter. Lady Martin passes it into Bettina Strumfeld and draws that foul. Something that the Vikings have been awfully good at this entire game.
Yes, and I believe Lakeview has been as well. We have seen a lot of fouls on both sides here. Strumfeld will be shooting too. Her first. And it's a miss.
Now Strumfeld looking for the second. Team's getting ready to catch that ball. And it is good. Vikings with their first points of the quarter. Wildcat looking for the pass, finds it with Rayan Quadri on defense. And it's a carry called on the Wildcats. I don't think I've seen that call in high school ball in quite some time.
Yeah, me neither. I think it really happened because our defense was so strong.
Yeah, and you know, when you're under such pressure, especially with, you know, the intimidating Rayan Quadri up against you, you know, you feel the need to get a little tricky with it, and obviously it's a little bit too much on that dribble. Now putting up for two, it is number 23, Brianna Tatar. Vikings looking a lot better on offense. You know, you take the first quarter. Well, how many minutes? I think it might have been 4 minutes before any points were scored, right?
Yeah, it was wild, and now we're just getting buckets, and we're 16 points ahead.
Good situation for the Vikings. Unfortunately, Martin gets a call on her. And coming in will be, just kidding, it looked like Vanessa Bernal would be coming in, but Russell has to have a little talk with her real quick. And backcourt violation on Lakeview. It is early in the season, Rhea.
You don't see that very often either, but, you know.
Kind of crazy from both sides here as Strumfeld passes to the corner and Tatar puts up for a missed 2. Defensive rebound now from the Wildcats. They go straight to Leah Jackson, and she's using that soccer speed to put up for an and one open layup. And I mean, that's just what she does, Rhea.
That's right, those quick feet, those quick soccer feet.
And Wildcat, not impressed with the call, but I mean, who would be? Leah Jackson now looking to make it 39-20. There's Jackson. No good, but a big rebound from the Wildcats. Ooh, a little spin move there. No points for Style, though, as she's under double pressure from Quadri and Jackson. It's a bad pass and rolls out, giving the Vikings control. And the number 23, Tatar, will inbound. Dribbling it down, though, will be Strumfeld. And in the corner, she finds Bernal for 2. That's good. Vikings now up 20 against the Wildcats 20, so they've doubled the points.
It's great to see, especially with the start of this game being so slow.
Yeah, and now the second timeout, or rather the first timeout of the half from the Lakeview coach. And I mean, what do you think the Vikings are talking about downstairs, Rhea?
I think just keep it up, make sure that we don't lose this point increase.
Yeah, the differential is stunning right now by a full multiplier, and so I think Coach Russell wants to, keep the mindset though, and keep up the aggression because there's no time to give up in basketball, right?
That's right. You can't give up.
I mean, you're the player. I'm just making stuff up. I mean, when you're in situations like this and you're up this much, are you feeling overconfident, or are you like, nah, I still got work to do?
I think it's dangerous to get overconfident. You have to remain in the game, stay humble, and play your very hardest throughout the entire game.
Definitely. I think that's what Russell's saying down there as her girls come out of the huddle. Both teams will take that full timeout, though, at a crucial point in this game. 5 minutes left to play in the third quarter. It'll be Tatar from the Vikings to inbound. And it's actually going to be Wildcat ball. Some quick moves. The number 11 will take the ball. Leah Jackson giving her some room to play. And awfully close to the half-court line always makes me nervous. As a good block by Tatar and pass down now to Strumfeld, looking for the 2. It's no good. And rolls out of bounds off the foot of the Wildcat. You hate to see it, Rhea.
That was unfortunate.
It'll be Bernal to inbound for the Vikings. Gets it now to Quadri with some quick moves. And bang, that's a 2. Her first points of the season, I believe, and off a pretty good shot.
Yes, Rayon Quadri has some amazing shooting skills, I believe.
And it was one of her goals between seasons to get her shooting percentage up. Not that the shooting percentage last season was bad, but there is always room for improvement, and that's a philosophy that Quadri lives by. And she's also a defensive demon getting that ball back for the Vikings. Does bring up a foul, though, as number 24, Aman Hamid, and number 13, Michelle Ponce, will look to get in. The number 4 will try to put it right under the basket, but it gets pushed back out by the Wildcats. Now back under with some great pressure and hands up from Aman Hamid. And it'll be jump ball. Quadri is going to dribble it down. Aman Hamid on her side. Now Ponce in the corner, pushing through to Hamid for the quick 2. And those are those types of plays that the Vikings have been great with. And we saw this a lot with Brianna Bolt onto the basket. And now we're seeing it more with Aman Hamid, who is now driving down. Puts it up for yet another 2. And she is definitely the top scorer of the night, bringing her team now to 46. Wildcats with another carry. I don't remember seeing this many calls of a carry, in a high school game.
I don't either, but this game has had a lot of calls in general.
Yeah, I mean, it is early in the season, so that stuff is not always, right in mind. You're focusing more on just like, oh, man, this is our first game. We got to put on a statement, as opposed to those little things that really do add up.
Yeah, and I think both teams here are still trying to find their motion together and really just solidify their gameplay.
As more evident with the Wildcats now down 26. Quadri will pass into Bernal and puts it up. Doesn't go, and now the Wildcats will run it down. Great push up there by Vanessa Bernal to get back in play. As Hamid gets it to Bernal, overruns it, and travel called. I know some might call that a gather step, but again, it does instill good basketball skills to have such aggressive calls like that. So I'm not necessarily opposed. Under pressure, the number 11 makes a quick move, puts it up for 2, and it's way off. Puts it up again, and now Hamid and the Vikings are in control. Here's Quadri moving quick, no defenders, and a layup for Rayan Quadri. Wildcats a bit shocked by the play, and Rayan Quadri is one of those quick, basketball IQ playmakers, right, Rhea?
Yes, she is, and I believe that our aggression on defense is really opening up for us on offense as well.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and Rayan Quadri plays both sides of the ball so beautifully. Definitely shows that she's been part of this program for so long as a senior. She's been on the varsity team for 3 of those years, so definitely lots of experience coming with that. Wildcats in control, passing around the 3-point line, and they're going to shoot for it. No good. And some lunging going on for number 13 of Lakeview, Viking ball. Quadri gets called for it, though, as the Wildcats look to inbound. At a wide open Wildcat, and oh my goodness, contact and a foul called. Great aggression from both sides. It really has been impressive tonight, Rhea.
I agree. It's unfortunate how many fouls have come out of that aggression, however.
Yeah, it is a tough balance, but, good ideas on both sides tonight. The Wildcats are now going to shoot with 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. That first shot is no good. And I guess it was just one shot. I don't know. Because the officials didn't blow a whistle. I was confused too, right, Rhea?
Yeah, a bit of confusion there.
I guess that does come with it being the first game of the season. There's a second shot, and now the Vikings can go. There's Rayon Quadri. With the whistle. Be number 24, Aman Hamid, inbounding to Quadri. Great moves, and a shot comes up just a bit short. Now with the rebound and shot up, Bernal, but also no good. As the Wildcats will dribble down. The number 11 with a hop, skip, and a jump for 2 points. And it's been their first points for a while. I believe the Vikings have gone on, I'm not good at math, but I don't know, at least a 10-point run in that time. So now Aman Hamid will find Bernal. And now Bussianing in to Hamid, who will draw the foul and 2 points. Vikings now with a 50-burger.
That's right, a 28-point differential. And Dua Huck will sub in for Eden Owen.
It's her first time seeing the court this game, and looking at her in practice, it definitely seems like she has been a great asset to this team. And now we're going to see it play out as Hamid makes the shot. 51 for the Vikings. And a bit too much on that pass, and Blessing fights for it. Now Rayon Quadri is going to take that down, pass right under to Dua, and too high. Aman tries to save it, and it's a scramble for it. It's going to be Lakeview ball with 54 seconds to go. Rayon Quadri on defense gets pushed off of with a spin move, and Wildcats can't capitalize. Blessing with the defensive rebound, passing to Quadri. The high pass to Bernal, almost loses it to a Nang. And now the Wildcats are going to try to bring it down. High pass to their number 5, almost trips.
Yeah, I saw that. Tripped over her own feet a little bit.
And it's a foul call. It's called on Aman Hamid, and she'll come out. In will be the number 23, Brianna Tatar. 22 seconds to go as the Wildcats will shoot for 2. First one is off. Her second. She oversteps the line, and now the Vikings are in control. Brianna Tatar will inbound to Quadri. Now, as we close this quarter, what have been your thoughts?
I'm liking the intensity from both sides. I think it makes a great game.
And, well, Rayon Quadri interrupted you there. I'm not sure if we could hear it. Her shot was off, and she had to call out, "Oh, my God," she says. And, I mean, the reaction, not sure if it was required, but that definitely was not the intended shot. I mean, it's good to have some self-awareness, but you usually don't put that on display in the game. At any rate, 9 seconds remain. Vanessa Bernal will inbound. Rayon Quadri with a redemption shot. Ooh, a little head movement. Now to Bernal, and they lose it. And the Wildcats lose it. Now Tatar alone can't beat the buzzer, and it is now the 4th quarter. We do apologize. It is not the final. We are having some graphical issues, but this will be the final time we hear from Jacob Orenstein tonight. Jacob, what are we thinking?
Well, Anthony, I think that we are continuing to see a great game, and something that has definitely been a theme that I've been noticing is the passing of the ball. It has been sharing the wealth between this team, and it's the reason why the Vikings have been so efficient scoring, and it shows with the lead, 51-22 our score. The Vikings are sitting comfortable going into the fourth quarter. However, this Lakeview team, they're aggressive and they're going to attack, so be careful.
Thank you, Jacob. And we finally got our audio transition correct. And, shout out to AD Brett Billstein giving Jacob the fist bump there. We're testing Mr. Billstein's allegiances here. He used to be the athletic director and English teacher and baseball coach at Lakeview High School, but 8 or 9 years ago. He's been a Viking for quite some time now, but obviously he likes to schedule this game first to catch up with his old buds, I suppose.
Yes, I did not know about his history with Lakeview, but I do know he is a dedicated Viking that appears at basically every game.
Yeah, well, that's someone with a lot of Viking pride. Also showing up in Niles North has been his son. So it's been cool to see the Billstein family connections being built here, I suppose. I had a similar experience when my father worked here, and so just nice to grow up in this Niles Township community. Oh, my goodness. Strumfeld almost loses it off of her foot, but gets it to Tatar. And Bernal pops it out of bounds.
All right, it'll be Lakeview ball here. All right, pass. Number 11 shoots it, and it does not make it. And a foul is called on number 5 for Lakeview. It'll be going Viking ball, Tatar, inbounding to Strumfeld. Strumfeld brings it down. She passes to Ponce. Ponce passes it back to Strumfeld, back to Tatar. And to Bernal, who shoots it up and misses, and Lakeview gets the defensive rebound coming down the court. And no. Strumfeld back with the ball. Passes to Bernal. Bernal goes up. Just misses. Ponce will rebound and shoot again. Short.
I do want to acknowledge the screen there by Armana, who, hasn't been as aggressive this game going for the ball, but has certainly been getting in plays and, making herself an asset. I'll be Brianna Tatar shooting for 2. And, thank you, Rhea, for hopping in on the play-by-play. I had to step away. What do we think about Rhea? Should she come back? Should you come back?
Yes, please.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll also hopefully see that second shot by Brianna go in. The first can't go through. And that second one is good. We knew she had it in her. Wildcats now dribbling down. They're number 4 and number 11. Running a lot of the game tonight.
I agree. 11 and 4 have been making a lot of shots. I'm not sure about all the other players, but those 2 are very notable.
Also, they're number 1. Very aggressive under the paint once she gets the opportunity. But, luckily for the Vikings, our defense has been pretty strong, and that's usually not even a worry. Clock is running. I'm not sure we might have triggered the mercy rule here. It's been so long for us, too. It is our first game as well. I'm not all caught up on these rules. But it's Michelle Ponce getting the pass complete to Tatar. And Bernal with a hand in the face. Can't make it go. Wildcats now taking it down. And Ponce trying to get in the mix, but definitely causing some problems for the Wildcats. But you got number 20 wide open on the outside. Also had, I believe, number 4 wide open on the outside. I think definitely a strong defense in terms of physicality by the Vikings, but not necessarily in terms of positioning on the court, and they're kind of getting lucky that the Wildcats are scared to shoot from far.
Yes, I think we need to space out and just fix our sloppiness, make it a bit cleaner.
Yeah, well, let's see. Maybe that's what Coach Russell is talking about right now with her team. While we have the time, I mean, what should we highlight here, Rhea?
I think we should highlight Dua Hawk.
I think so, too. She was in there for a little bit, but definitely made herself known.
Yes, and Dua has been playing basketball since her freshman year. And something she's always loved about her teammates is that it always feels like a family.
Yeah, and that's been the thread with this team. Some teams, not really all together, and that definitely shows on the court, but not for the Vikings. And so it's definitely great to see such a tight-knit group. Wildcats will inbound, looking for that shot. And Oliver made that once, but can't get to go again. Now number 21, Eden Owen, passes to Ponce, who's taking it down. Under some immense pressure, she loses it to the Wildcat. Brenna Tatar! Get that out of here!
Oh.
Brianna Tatar, again, she has been one of the top defensive players for this team. I believe that's her second block of the game, and so definitely impressive to see at the high school level. Does draw a foul again, though, which is unfortunate.
Yes, it is, and she is a great defensive player. I think this whole room can see that.
Certainly. Whole room heard the rim on that free throw attempt. Very unfortunate, and this clock, again, is rolling. I do believe we have officially triggered the IHSA mercy rule, as the Vikings are up 30 points. Wildcats, though, narrowing it to 29. Off the foot of Letty Martin, but she does pick it up. And now, number 21 got some pressure from behind, tries to make the quick pass to Armana Rizvi, but it is no good. Wildcats will take the ball in the final 4 minutes of this game. Armana getting in there. And number 20, that shot is good. I think that's the first time we've seen a three-point shot, or maybe the second time we've seen a three-point shot, but maybe they should have been going for that all game.
Yeah, maybe the score would be different.
Here's number 4, Leticia Martin now with the ball, losing it to the Wildcats. And on the fast break, Vanessa Bernal gets a little physical. The number 20 passing to 11. Got a little bit of space to maneuver. She sees it and will pass out to number 5. Now 4. And now 3. No, it's no good. Did you like my little countdown thing there?
Yes, I did really enjoy it.
I'm sure everyone did at home. You can let us know how you feel about the stream by following us on Twitter at NN Viking Media, or X as we're calling it now, x.com/NN Viking Media. We haven't been posting too much there this season, but obviously as basketball picks up, we will be more active in announcing our games. And, of course, you can always catch Viking Media at nnvikings.com. That's nnvikings.com. Vanessa Bernal will inbound to Letty Martin. Stops in her tracks and passes to Eden Owen. Goes through, and it's a foul. She gets bumped in the head. 2:22 left to play. The Vikings up 27. Thanks for the help there. I need you, and I need number 13, Michelle Ponce, again. Superstar on her math, probability and statistics test today. And subs coming in, running the clock down. Now under 2 minutes left in the home opener contest. Here's Eden Owen shooting. First one barely rolls out, but has another chance. Second shot. Also no good, but Yabera tries to put it back up. Now the Wildcats have the ball. High pass, but it's taken by the number 4. And our number 4, Letty Martin, tries to get in between. But the number 20 shooting for 3 again. This time no good. Vikings in control, and Vanessa Bernal not even looking at it. Expecting a little bit too much speed out of the Vikings, but couldn't get it as the Wildcats now pass. Here's Armana with some good defense on the outside. Shot is no good, and you see, the Wildcats are kind of shooting from way low. They're not getting that shot up at all, right?
Yes, I've seen that throughout the game. I also think the Wildcats are playing with an intensity, seeing as they are so far behind.
Yeah, but those efforts may be futile with 30 seconds remaining in this game. Yabera is no good. Tries to get a rebound, but she's got 2 Wildcats all over it. They're going to pass it down to the number 4, and the layup is good. Wildcats with 27. And we are now rolling into the final 20 seconds of the game. Martin slowing it down, and she's waiting for the applause. Pass to Yidia Barrett, shooting, no good. She puts the shot up again, and that will do it. Your Niles North Vikings beat the Lake View Wildcats 52-27 in the home opener match. Rhea, what are your thoughts?
What a game that was. So many fouls. But that just shows the intensity of both sides. I think defensively we played very well, and that opened up for us offensively. Obviously a great game. And, yeah, I think well played by both sides. Obviously the Vikings took it this time.
I think so, too. And this Vikings team is showing great potential with this first game of the season. In terms of our schedule, we won't see the girl Vikings again until next Friday, December 6th, as they take on the Niles West Wolves in the Crosstown Classic. Very early this year, but, gets our season off to a great start. And something new this year that we're doing is that both the men's and women's teams will be playing on the same day. So at 5:30, you'll get the girls' team, and at 7 o'clock, you'll get the boys. Our next stream will be boys basketball on December 3rd at 7 p.m., so you don't want to miss it. Make sure you follow us on here, YouTube, and Viking Media. Same on X or Twitter. I think we have an Instagram that we haven't been using. Let us know if you want us on Instagram. And Rhea, any closing thoughts tonight?
Great game. I really enjoyed being here with you, and I thought fantastic basketball.
I think so, too. Well, from all of us here at Niles North Viking Media, I'm Anthony Bramley.
I'm Rhea Shin.
We got Jacob Orenstein, Jason Schmitz, and Rhino Kalamutan in the house, and we are signing out. Good night, Viking Nation.